Let me show you this. A neighbor of mine asked me this question. He's Canadian. He says, can you ask Jordan Peterson this? Go to the picture with Trudeau. What can you say about this? This is your world. I don't know if is this even talked about over there with the whole story of Justin Trudeau's, related to Castro, because years ago, like, is this a, show the other picture where this other guy posted it. So apparently this is, go to the picture of a Fidel, the wife, and the father. So this is a picture of them three. That's his mother, that's him, that's the father. But then you put Justin right next to Castro. Can you go back to the other picture on Twitter? Yeah, that one right there.
Looks eerily similar.
Yeah, is this even a conversation in Canada? Has anybody been telling? Because this is written about many, many different places, to the point where they tweeted about it and said, no, Castro is not Justin Trudeau's father.
No, it's a nasty bit of innuendo, and I think it's resentment fueled fundamentally. Like, in some sense, it's a satirical joke, and fair enough, but it's not helpful. Look, one of the things that happens if you're a political leader is you're exposed to criticism of all sorts, and part of that's to stop your power from degenerating to something approximating a tyranny. So you kind of have to put up with it. This, I would say, is I wouldn't propagate the idea.
Okay.
First of all, just it's speculation, clearly. It's mean-spirited speculation on the part in relationship to the behavior of Trudeau's mother. Even if it was true, then, well, what's your point? He's born a communist? That's your point? That's a stupid point. Or what, he knows that Castro is his father, and so now he's tilting hard towards the left to please him? Well, that's not helpful and clueless. Now, the Trudeaus, in some sense, set themselves up for something like this because Trudeau played footsie with Castro in a way that was rather unique in the Western world, and I think that was that was not a good decision. He was less stringent in drawing a line between the left and the radical communist left than he might have been. And so those chickens have come home to roost in some sense in terms of this assault on his son. And Justin himself doesn't do a very good job of drawing a distinction between his views and the views of the radical left. And so all of that's mangled around in this satirical attack, but I don't think it's the most effective. It's got an element of real gossipy innuendo and mean-spiritedness about it that I think overwhelms whatever humorous satire it might also contain. So,
I mean, they did this with Obama's, when Trump came out and said, $5 million, prove to me your birth certificate, you're born here. These types of stories tend to do well, and they tend to go viral. But, this is just, when you look at this, it looks a little too real to, that's why people are giving it credibility. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.